Moss, and Michigan State Representatives Kyra Bolden, Brenda and Southfield City Council member Jason Hoskins. I'm also proud to share that one of our own Beaumont healthcare heroes, Deidre Green, a nurse who works at Beaumont Farmington Health, will be sharing her personal story today. As you likely know, Beaumont has cared for more COVID-19 patients than any other health system in Michigan, and we're committed to helping our communities through this pandemic. Our Beaumont team has administered more than 315,000 doses of the vaccine, and we're just getting started. For the first time, we're going to have walk-in vaccination appointments Monday through Friday here at the Beaumont Service Center. We are trying to make it as easy as possible for people to get vaccinated, and these walk-in clinics are an additional way that we're making it easier. We have the capacity and the desire to vaccinate as many people as possible. That's why we immediately agreed to host this event when Congresswoman Lawrence asked if we would help launch Mass Vaccination Week. So with that, I'm going to invite Congresswoman Lawrence to the podium.
I want to thank everyone for being here, and I'm so excited to kick off Mass Vaccination Week. A special thank you to Beaumont and all the healthcare workers. We have some of them standing here with us, and the t-shirt of everybody against COVID-19 is our mantra. That's what we believe. It's because of them that we're getting the shots in the arms. I want to recognize my mayor, Mayor Siver, who was with us on the tour, Senator Moss, Representative Kyra Bolden, and also Representative Brenda. I want to thank them for their leadership. As we in government know we have a responsibility in this fight against COVID. We in the 14th District, I am on the executive board of the Congressional Black Caucus, and we know that in the Black community, there's not a Black person in America who hasn't been touched by a hospitalization or death related to COVID. And we knew we had to stand up and do something. So all across the country, in Ohio, in Nevada, in Texas, in California, we in New York, we are every place that we are present, we are doing a mass get out the vaccine week, GOTV. And what you're seeing here is what we're doing in Michigan. We know that our community, and the Black community, and the brown community, and the minority community, we're falling behind in the vaccines. One of the lowest groups in Michigan. We have to get those numbers up. And we know that we're fighting against this thing called vaccine hesitancy. It's based on three things: misinformation, so it's education, accessibility. We plan during this week to remove all the barriers. Walk in, you don't have to go online to register. Walk into the locations that have partnered with us to get your vaccine. And we also know that we must do a better job when it comes to listening to people who have concerns and making sure that we are creating an environment of leadership to encourage people to get the vaccine. So this GOTV, Get Out the Vaccine Week, will be a focus on accessibility, education, and awareness. I'm grateful to partner with sites like this. We toured it, it is amazing, it's safe. And we have partners like Beaumont, Ascension Health, Henry Ford, our local churches, our Black sorority and fraternities. I'm a proud Delta Sigma Theta woman, and I can tell you that Delta Sigma Theta is one of our partners. Our local schools, North Farmington High is a vaccine location, as well as others. We have in the city of Southfield, in our city municipal campus, a walk-in clinic where you can walk in and get your vaccines. No appointments needed. The vaccine is safe, it's effective, and it's free. Safe, effective, and free. We're also proud that during this week, it's leading up to Mother's Day. Now, many of you know what we went through with our senior population, where we couldn't hug our mothers. We couldn't visit our mothers. So if you really love your mother, give her the gift of the vaccine so you can be healthy to take care of your mother, that you can put your arms around her and hug her, that you can be the effective mother that you need to be for your children. What better gift during this period than to get the vaccine during Mother's Day? I want to say to everyone, if I haven't touched you with the reality that what the vaccine does, it stops you from being so sick that you're hospitalized. It stops you from the death related to COVID. Now, some of you are just not feeling it. Well, if you really want to go to the bar and sit down with your friends and socialize, if you want to have a wedding, being able to attend a wedding, if you just want to travel, get the vaccine. That's the only way we're going to get back to normal. We know that in the Black community, only 30% of the vaccines that's been given out have been given to the Black community, where we disproportionately died and was hospitalized. Something's wrong with this balance. We can fix that. And we, as elected officials, are doing everything we can to change those dynamics. So, I've been to too many memorials and funerals, prayed for too many of the community leaders who were hospitalized and had death's door in the hospital from the Black and brown community. I don't want to go through this again. Get the vaccine. The brilliance, the necessary intelligence that the Black community adds to our economy, the strength of our families depends on us getting vaccinated. I need you. And I'm gonna close with a story that myself, I was hesitant. When the vaccine first came out, my dear friend who's a doctor called me and said, Brenda, have you gotten your vaccine? I said, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna see what happens. He said, see what happens? I'll see if anybody pass out, turn green, grow a tail, before I get it. He said, Brenda, he said, let me paint a picture for you. He said, sick, dead, sick, dead. I can fix sick, I can't fix dead. And Brenda, I need you. I need you to be able to be healthy so that you can go to Washington and fight for us and stand up for us. And I'm saying to everyone, I need my Black community, my brown community, those who are the most disaffected. I need you to be strong. We all talk about social justice. How are we gonna fight for social justice if we're sick and in the hospital and dying? Our strength comes from our health, and I need you to be healthy. So let's get out the vaccine this week. Spread the word, and you can visit lawrence.house.gov to get the site, the hours, and other information. Thank you so much. And now I'm gonna turn it over to one of the heroes in our community, our own health provider nurse from Beaumont. Please.
Almost 7 years now. My dream since I was 16 years old was to become a nurse, and that I did. I am so proud to be a nurse and a mother of 3. I truly do love my job, but like many of my fellow nurses, I am exhausted. This pandemic has pushed me to my limit. This past year has been one of the most challenging years of my life. The first surge of COVID patients felt like we were in the movies. We were rapidly responding to COVID emergency every 5 to 10 minutes. Medical alerts and alarms never stopped beeping. It was just one alarm after another. So many people were dying. I couldn't catch a breath without someone going bad. I remember talking to a patient 1 minute, and the next minute, the patient couldn't breathe. They were in respiratory distress, that quick. We were intubating so many people. Then just in weeks into the pandemic, the virus took my mother. It was April the 1st, she was 73 years old. I didn't even get a chance to grieve for her because the patients kept coming and the virus kept spreading. I cried at least 3 to 4 times my shift. I had to wipe away my tears and focus my eyes to communicate love and hope to my patients. They needed me. I was all they had, and I had to be strong for them. I really wasn't scared of getting the virus. I knew I had the protection I needed, but I had plenty of nightmares. Many nights I couldn't sleep because I knew what I would be facing the next day. Over the past few months, this third surge has been challenging and overwhelming in different ways, though. It's so difficult to see the younger patients. When I see the younger patients, I can't help but think of my own children. They were in their 30s and 40s. When I see these young patients, I can't help but to think of my patients. The virus has no mercy. Just last week, I lost a patient in his 40s. But there's another difference when it compares to the surge of the first surge. The community finally has a shield, a shot, to protect them from this virus. I know so many people are concerned about getting the vaccination, but we are taking chances every day in life. So take a chance and get something that could possibly help. Don't be scared of getting a shot. I did. I am so proud to be a nurse. I'm still living my childhood dream despite what we have experienced this past year. And it still makes me feel good to help other people feel good. That's why I go back into the COVID units day after day to care for my patients. I believe we can beat this virus. I know we can. We all just have to do our part. Thank you.
I'm State Senator Jeremy Moss, representing Southfield and Southern Oakland County. And thank you, Deidre. And thank you all of our healthcare heroes who have brought us to this point where everybody's eligible for a vaccine. There are even walk-in, no appointments needed to get this vaccine. And I think about where we were a year ago this time, especially for those of us here who represent the communities in Southern Oakland County and in Southfield. And on March 10th, I think all of us got a call from the governor's office, and the announcement was going to be made that the first confirmed case of COVID was right here in Southfield. And during that early part of the pandemic, our communities here were the hardest hit. When that surge, when that first wave happened, and Oakland County was a hot spot, the zip codes with the highest amount of caseloads in Oakland County were here in Southfield and in Oak Park. And I personally knew the 9th recorded death due to COVID-19. And even in just the last few weeks, I know of another person who has passed away from COVID, sadly before they were able to get the vaccine, even though they were eligible. So we've all had to endure through our collective resilience and the Michigan ingenuity that has played a critical part in the production of this vaccine. We're proud to roll out this mass vaccination week initiative right here now in our own community. It's kind of like a bookend moment where we suffered so much at the early part, and now we're able to be a part of the solution as we climb out of this pandemic. The work done to get here cannot be understated, and I'm so proud that the Congressional Black Caucus, with leadership from my friend Congresswoman Lawrence, is pushing to get even more people vaccinated. I'm grateful that I'm fully vaccinated, and that there are safe and effective vaccines available for every Michigander 16 years of age and older, and now easier than ever to access. And so thanks to Southfield, to the Beaumont Service Center, people will be able to walk into this clinic and get a dose of safe and effective vaccines whenever their schedule allows for it. We can close this dark chapter if everyone does their part and takes advantage of these vaccine opportunities. And I want to introduce 2 more of our local elected officials who have more to say about this Southfield experience that we've had over the last year. First, our Mayor, Ken Siver, followed by our State Representative, Kyra Bolden.
Good afternoon. I came today to stand with our Congresswoman and our State Representative, State Senator, and others in support of getting the vaccine. As has been eloquently stated by the 3 previous speakers, there's a way out of the mess that we're in. And personally, I'm baffled by the people who are resistant, who are listening to conspiracies, theories. We all know that if we want to get back to any semblance of our life before COVID, we need to get the vaccine. Anybody in this area, whether it's Southfield or the surrounding communities, there is no reason not to get the vaccine. There's the Beaumont Clinic, at the Southfield Civic Center, Ascension Health, Tuesdays through Saturday, walk-in, Surgeon's Choice Medical Center on 9 Mile and Greenfield. Also, there are numerous places. The Southfield City website contains a whole list of opportunities to get the vaccine, as well as we have been publishing for months in the local newspaper all of the places that you can get a vaccine either with a registration or now walk-in. And I thank Beaumont so much for this. There you are. You disappeared on me. I thank you so much for hosting this today and being a leader in this, along with the other healthcare providers. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. I'm State Representative Kyra Bolden, representing the 35th House District, which is Southfield, Lathrop Village, Beverly Hills, Bingham Farms, and Franklin. And I just want to share my own COVID story. I got COVID at work, so I understand how this disease can spread. Now, I was contact traced, fortunately, and told to go into quarantine immediately. And I'm so fortunate for that because my mom's birthday was the very next day. And I think about all the people that I might have impacted had I not been contact traced. But now we have the vaccine. And so we don't have to worry as much about being around our loved ones. And that's what it's all about. The governor said if we get to 70% vaccinations, we can get back to normal. And I think that everyone should take advantage of that opportunity, if not for yourself or your loved ones. So let's get back to normal, Michigan.